What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Metal Maniacs podcast. I'm Jay Ingersoll, and I'm here with my co-host,
It's your boy Mod.
So, today we have a topic episode for you, but we did a little different spin on the topic episode. Instead of just picking a topic and going through, our 5 favorite bands or whatever, we are trying to think of new ideas and to be creative with it. A few of the topic episodes, I feel like we're gonna continue, our next best 5 albums, or
Sure.
I have a lot of ideas for that. But I thought it might be kind of cool to reach out and see if we could get some bands to send us their music, and we could actually listen to their music on the podcast, and then we can react to it and see what they sound like. And then so I had a handful of bands send me some stuff. I haven't listened to any of this either, so we're both hearing this for the first time.
Sweet.
So if this is shit, shame on you for sending it to us.
Represent yourself.
Know what we stand for here at the Metal Maniacs podcast.
This fucking shit better be metal.
That's the other thing. Yeah, so it's pretty self-explanatory with what's in our name, what kind of music you should be sending. So if we're getting some butt rock here,
We'll tell you.
Yeah, we'll definitely let you know. Also, shout out to Mod for the visual aids. He dug out some more Metal Maniacs magazines here.
I thought I had more.
Yeah, I used to have more.
Quite a few. So
Tear emoji.
Yeah.
Here.
Many moves, many boxes, many lost magazines.
But yeah, you know what we're here about at the Metal Maniacs podcast: extreme metal, kicking ass, taking names, that sort of thing. But so you guys let us know in the comments what you think about these bands. That should be interesting. If you do like these bands, go follow them, because we're giving them a shot here on our podcast. I was actually just telling you this before we started recording. I was just going to pick 5 bands, some bands that I know of, and then play their music on our podcast or whatever. But I actually had these guys, some people reached out and sent us their music. So this might be a series that we continue if this goes well, if we find some cool music this way. And at the end of the day, I also had some ideas of showing, we talked about Judas Iscariot before. I think it would only be right if we played that on this podcast to let people know what we were listening to and talking about. So shall we begin?
Let's do it.
So some of these links, no one sent me a link. I have a Google Music, I have a Spotify, so I have a YouTube. So everybody kind of sent it in a different format. I didn't really specify. Just send me your music. So the first band that we have here is called Glass God. So they sent me 2 to listen to. I see one is 6 minutes and 27 seconds long, and one is 5 minutes. So I'm going to actually pick the 5 minutes for the sake of time. And this song is called Stone Burner. So here we go. It came out in 2023, so it must be a newer release. So here we go.
Holy secret walls
that was good. I like that.
Yeah, that's kind of up your alley right there, isn't it, Mod?
Yeah, that's why I was gonna chime in with my appreciation for it immediately, because I could tell right away that I was gonna like it, and then we got to the vocals, and I thought, okay, this is definitely more for me. I'm gonna be most receptive to this. Kind of gave me stoner rock, grunge metal vibes, and I could appreciate it all the way through. I could feel the songwriting and the musicianship in and out of it, and the melody, and so there were definitely things that speak to me musically and vocally there. So yeah, Glass Gods or Glass God, Glass God, awesome, fucking love it. Yeah, so not extreme, of course, no, not extreme,
not
but,
extreme. But thanks for sending it in. I will just read what this says right here. The artwork is cool as shit with this artwork they have in their Spotify for their singles, and this actual, if you click on like their about the artist, like this artwork's badass. It says, forged from the fires of Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids music scenes, two middling guitarists, a competent drummer, and a girl bassist formed a metal band. Songcraft sure to please sci-fi and music nerds the world over, and pulling inspiration from modern progressive metal, 70s pop rock, and new wave of British heavy metal, they christened their musical venture Glass God. So that is a good explanation of that. Like, you guys nailed that pretty good. I mean, emphasizing the girl, I don't know what we're going with that, but hey, good job. I heard the bass rumbling back there with the little distortion on it.
Yeah.
For me, my taste are a little bit heavier as far as the rock goes, but as you know, from the music producer standpoint,
well done.
Good songwriting, sounded pretty good. You could hear everything very well.
Yeah.
See what you're going for. You got that fuzzy guitar tone in there. You got the nice little heavy riffs. I love the outro where he held out like the stone burner vocal part over the end, and then they kind of went like that was pretty sweet.
I like the little bridge passage there where they broke it down more instrumental like, so there was even more depth to the music right there for that passage in that segment. So definitely a lot of things that I like, and I would listen to this in a lot of situations. I might be driving at night. It had a cool nighttime drive feel to it. You know, I could see like doing some highway miles listening to that one and kind of zoning into the road there. There's time and place for all kinds of music, and I enjoy that. I could see enjoying that in a variety of ways, maybe just sitting down and playing some video games on my own, or putting it on in the background and getting some work done or some chores done. I absolutely like that through and through. So Glass God, man, good send. Thanks for following us, and thanks for linking us up with your music. I love it.
Yeah, I think live that'd be cool too, if those guitars were really booming live, just that grungy,
that chug
kind of junk, like, because
that chug with that down, up, down,
if you could really feel that, like, good job, guys. Like, as far as the vocals go, too, like, you know, not my particular first vote of a vocal, but I will say that it was done really well.
Right.
You know, it sounded really cool,
Sure.
and you could almost say that is like the new wave of British heavy metal, almost post-Sabbath type music. Black Sabbath type, like that's kind of what the vibe I was getting. But
there was
still
definitely
fucking cool, man. That was cool.
There were some stoner metal vibes in there. I wasn't sure what I was gonna get vocally from the initial riff. I was like, okay, are we gonna have a yeller or a screamer here? Like, I could, because you almost felt like they set the table for there could be some rough vocals here, but came in with the clean vocals and stayed with that, and that works for me too, and I think that works for a lot of people, quite frankly. Even though you will find, as we talk about any band on this show, we'll dissect vocals in terms of, are they even extreme or not? And in this case, I would say not extreme, not screaming. But it doesn't have to be. No. And that's the other thing I wanted to get out to is like, yes, please send us your music. You don't have to scream on it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we are an extreme metal podcast, but we do like other stuff too. But just don't send us fucking pop rock or rap. We don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, but this fits for sure.
Yeah.
All the way.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It definitely has a place here on the podcast. And, though my only critique would be like we're putting out 5 and 6 minute songs.
Could trim the fat.
Yeah, is it necessary 5 and 6 minute songs? I mean, if that's what you're going for, you do you. Sometimes. But you know, I don't know. Like I'm kind of on that camp when Jeremy from Pain Divine was on the podcast.
3
It's just
minutes.
like, yeah, let's get to it. Let's get it in. Let's get it out. Let's put the good parts and whatever. But if you guys like rocking that grunge for 5 to 6 minutes or whatever, like go ahead and do that. It's just
I think
it's a little.
It also depends on the songwriting. Like you're gonna have your verse, chorus, then your bridge, and then your final chorus, and it might be a double chorus, and then depending on the tempo, you might come up with a 5-minute, 6-minute song, and I know we've done plenty of that, but that's as a songwriter, and as a listener these days, you think, okay, it's getting long, but yeah, I can listen to a 10-minute song. I really can. It just depends. Ooh, we're just about ready for next.
Yep, we are gonna go next. Sorry, I was just getting that queued up. So you might want to. I don't know. Obviously, you don't have no sound on yours, so you could probably follow along. This next band is called Final Confession, and I should have had these guys send in a little bit more about their band so I could have some backstock of kind of what's going on here. But I believe these guys are from around here. This dude actually said he plays. What's weird is I'm actually playing a show with these guys next month, and I didn't realize that, so that's kind of cool. Like, so I guess we're all here to find out what this is. But apparently this singer is actually the singer. Like, I had another guy send me a song, and we'll get to that later. But he's actually the singer in both of these bands, which is weird because I didn't pay attention at first, but then a different member from the band sent me another song. So he's the singer in 2 of these bands that sent. But we're on to this band, and they're called Final Confession. So let's get some volumes here and see. This song is called Beyond the Veil.
Yeah, it looks like, if I'm looking at it right, they're from Flint. Is that right? I'm stumbling upon their Facebook now. I'm ready whenever. Are you hearing it? I'm not hearing anything.
No,
yet.
you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
ready whenever.
There's nothing left, what would that? This is something new. I'm lost in illusory reality.
extreme metal for the morning.
So I will chime in on this first.
Yeah. Go for it, Jay. This one's up your alley.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna say is cool song. Drums sounded badass. I mean,
Super
everything
polished.
everything was really good about it production wise. Vocals had some patterns that I liked. My bitch, and is going to be every time until the day I'm in the grave, is like, man, you got to not sing 3.5 minutes straight. You got to let that build up a little bit without coming with a vocal pattern. You got to let that guitar, and I'm just always going to be critical of that. No matter how sweet your vocals are, no matter how much of a badass you are, you got to get that songwriting aspect into. And I get it. If you grew up listening to all the deathcore that does that all the time, that's what you're going to do, right? So it may be no fault of your own. Your vocals are badass, but it always kills me the 3.5 minutes of relentless vocals and not letting anything break or breathe. With that being said, the song itself was badass. The breakdown was super fucking cool, like that actual breakdown in the middle. It does say it's featuring another dude, so you had another dude come in and sing over 30 seconds of the vocals that you probably didn't need to have him sing over that. But at the same time, there was at least a cool couple patterns that I recognized that came back. So like. I fuck with it. It's pretty cool. Like, I didn't dislike it at all. It was definitely a good send in.
That fits the show perfect.
Yeah.
I felt like he didn't sing over every single bit, but as a vocalist, you at least want to let your musicians have the spotlight a little bit and let the music breathe, and that helps your audience understand what is happening behind all of the screaming. You have to understand that as a listener, the screaming is the foremost thing that the listener is going to hear almost all the time. And for Jay and I, we're always about the music behind that screaming, so you really want to let that shine in ways. You want to introduce melodies and passages with no vocals, just so that the listener can say, okay, I'm about to hear this 5, 6, 7 more times in a row, only now with vocals on top of it. So there's just those little critiques. As a listener, you want to make sure that the music is being heard in addition to the vocals. Now, it's just one song, and I'm just going to speak to what I heard on the one song.
Yeah.
And the drums sounded super polished.
Mm-hmm.
The guitars sounded really crisp, and the recording overall was very well done. So, and I like the video too, just like throwing it down in basically an empty church or somebody's living room or something.
No bass.
More of a church. Yeah.
No bass. There's not a bass player. That's why you didn't hear bass on it at all. So.
I thought I heard maybe a bass lick in there, like somebody recorded a bass lick in the studio, but
I can't tell.
I didn't really hear a prominent bassist in there at all, or see one for that matter. But maybe that'll come in time. I don't know. It depends on the style. A lot of people maybe not big on bass. You see that. Some bands, they just don't really need it. There's no space for the musicality of a bassist in some styles. But yeah, I don't think they would hurt by having one.
Yeah, so overall, pretty cool song, guys. Actually looking forward to playing with you guys on Friday the 13th here in October.
Ooh,
so that'll
fun.
be sweet. Yeah, it's going to be a cool show. But yeah, pretty cool band, pretty sweet video. Definitely tell they took their time to record, and when they recorded and to have their production polished or whatever, vocals were pretty cool. Like I said, it's just it doesn't matter. You could be Travis Ryan on that song, and I'm still gonna be like, why did you sing for 3.5 minutes out of 3 minutes and 31 seconds? For me, that's just always the thing that fucking grinds my gears, as fucking Peter Griffin would say. So
grind my beats.
Yeah, exactly. So other than that, man, great song, guys. Cool. Thanks for sending it in, and look forward to jamming with you all. So
yeah, good track. Definitely fits the program.
Yep. Definitely good send in there. So all right, so we're gonna move on.
Final Confession. Yeah, Final Confession.
Yep, that's Final Confession. Yep. 4-piece.
I think I read Flint. So that's cool too. I know how they get down in Flint. I know a few people over there. It's a good town.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up. For some reason, my Instagram won't let me log in. For some reason, I don't know. They have an Instagram. I can't, I'm trying to find more information.
Low key, not
a
a lot up. I'd have to scroll through more of their social.
Next time, maybe when we have bands send in, be like, hey, have a bio or something for us so we can talk a little bit more about your band, because it is your band we're talking about here. So
yeah, I don't want to make things up, but these guys definitely, or this band here definitely kills it. I want to see what they do live, so if I have a chance, I'll either check out your show, Jay, or I'll watch some video after the fact.
Yeah, it'll be Friday the 13th. That one's at Turnstiles in Grand Rapids, which is cool because I never played there before either. So, we're moving on to the next band. This band is called Discordant Meditation. So different than Discordant Access. These guys sent me a Bandcamp link. So the nice thing was Bandcamp, I can see a little more. It says they're out of Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
But it says death metal from Colorado and Michigan. I'm assuming the dude that plays drums or contributes drums, he's the dude that sent me this, and he's from around here, if I'm not mistaken. Because I think this dude like jams with Deagle or something too. Maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong. If this is the same Justin dude that sent me the shit, so I'm gonna play their track. This is called Interface. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready.
Let's get it.
Are you ready?
Let's do it. Woo! Get the fuck back.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, they know what show they're sending their music into, thank God. Oh man, that was great.
You want to tackle this one?
I mean, there's a lot to be said for that. Holy shit, how can you remember all of that? 4 minute song and just wow. What a string of riffage. That got my heart rate up.
yeah. You got them BPMs going.
Discordant meditation.
Yeah.
Fucking thank you, man. What a winner. Oh, that was good. What to say about that? Man, that was fast. There was a lot going on there. That's a little more like atonal or chromatic, but it had them noodling riff, wanna, all over, and they kept calling it back.
Yeah, that's what I like.
So it was a theme to it, but there's a lot of nuance to it. So like my brain was constantly wrestling with the little bit of nuance that they would add to that theme of that riff. You know, thicken it up, chug it, open it up, you know, pull offs, slide it, but the same kind of theme going in and out throughout that. And then there was a lot of variety. Even I mean, we're not gonna sit here and say they're super progressive or melodic.
Yeah,
but they opened it up a little bit. They let it breathe in ways. Oh man, I bet they're a force live too.
So, what I have to say about that one, you guys have heard Cephalic Carnage, I'm assuming, because that's kind of like
I made it a point to listen to a little bit more of them.
And they're also from Denver, Colorado, so I can see where you guys are influenced by that for sure. What calls to me is deathcore kids, please listen to something like this, because even though this could be riff soupy at times, the vocalist did stop like multiple times just to give it some room to breathe, let the riff jam out a little bit before you just start screaming over it.
Yeah.
So, lesson for the day, deathcore kids, please start listening to more death metal and less deathcore to write your vocal patterns over. But at the same time, man, this shit slammed. That breakdown was heavy as fuck in there. I mean, that thing was just punishing, and I'm just like, sludge me up, bro. Sludge it up. Nickelodeon Slime Factory. Let's go right there. Great send-in. You guys kick ass. This is a badass band. And for this drummer dude's from Muskegon, like, where the fuck are you at, dude? Like, why aren't we playing music? Like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
Come home. No, so also I'm noting that I'm discovering more and more bands from Denver. Now, Denver, obviously a big city, so you expect to just hear, but I'm feeling like there's a little pocket of like doom death metal going on. I know Chemis or something is another doom metal band from that area. I recently just discovered, I think we were just talking about somebody on the last show that I brought up. It wasn't was it Veil of Noth? Maybe, God, now I forget. But we were just talking about another band from Denver. So I think there's a little scene going on out there I need to discover more of. So Discordant Meditation, thanks for the send-in. If you got any bands that you're jamming with out there, tell them to send their music in too, because I'm hearing a lot out of Denver right now that I'm really loving. So yeah, that was it for me right there. I like other music too, but that one did it for me.
Yeah, so we got... this was released March 10, 2023. You got Justin Becker, bass and drums. I think that's a kid from Muskegon. And then you got Donovan Perrin, guitars and vocals. So I guess we're a two-piece here, but man, that's sweet as shit. Then they got a couple other releases here in, looks like July 2022 and November 2022. I'm not going to click on that because I don't know if they're EPs or albums, but we have, there's 5 songs on that. So, like, that's something I'm going to probably be checking out and jamming myself. So, hell yeah, that's some badass shit right there.
Good send-in. Thanks, guys. That was awesome.
All right, so we got 2 more here. Hope you guys are liking this format of the show. If you guys are digging it, please let us know, because I think it's fun for us to kind of check this out. Maybe we wouldn't do this all of the time, but I do do kind of like this for a theme or a topic for the episode. We could do this every once in a while. You're not just talking about it all the time, being able to actually hear the stuff that we're talking about. So that opens up some worlds there, you know.
Well, we talk a lot about music, but the thing that you're supposed to do with it is listen to it.
Right.
So it's about time we get on that vibe. And also, this is all brand new to me, to anybody listening probably. So, yeah, that's a good way to discover new music. This is fun.
So we have... I don't know if I was saying I think I was saying this. So, on the podcast, not before we started. So this next band is called Astral Crown. they hit me up actually yesterday and sent this to me. I feel like the same singer that was in Final Confession sings in this band as well. We got a 2 minute and 57-second song called Wound. So we'll see what that brings us. And if you're ready, I'm ready. You ready?
I'm
They only
ready.
got, looks like they only got one song out. So, and I did see yesterday, like on their Facebook, because I followed them, it did say something about them booking their first show. So something tells me these guys are a little bit new to the scene,
Okay.
but they are local. So local here to the Michigan area. So here we go.
Yep. Hell yeah. That's a yes for me also. Good send in, Astral Crown, Flesh Wound. Yeah. I mean, that grooved hard. Deathcore maybe for me. I would just call it that. I don't know if I need to reinvent the wheel on genre naming here, but that was locked in deathcore. Jay, if it is the same vocalist as the last band, would you think there was more space there? I mean, there's definitely vocal patterns.
Yeah,
and
definitely more space.
And I felt like the sheer brutality of the vocals, I think they used a little bit more depth in recording those. That had like, you know, like layers to it, like they did several layers of vocals right there in that take. So that sounded like a lot more depth, just thickness to the vocals there. I absolutely loved it. There was a lot more shifting of the tone in the vocalist there. Like he went to a higher register or to a lower register in very appropriate ways. Could still just I'm gonna say it before you as I'm listening to it. Could probably skip a line or two in your verses. I know it sounds weird, like you're in the middle of the verse, but imagine saying something like so powerful that you just don't even sing the next line, and you just pump up your crowd and your musicians, and that line is so powerful that you just rock to the verse. So you're mid-verse, nothing changes musically, but you're just hearing the music, and then you jump back in with the screaming. You just let the music just carry that vocal for a minute, let it go, feed your fans, feed your crowd, pump them up, and then let your musicians kind of step into their riffage a little bit, and then either move on from that riff or keep going with it and keep singing over it. But again, I felt like great vocal patterns, if I'm just going to look at vocals for now, and didn't do a terrible job of going crazy over the entire thing where you couldn't hear the music. And the music was, I mean, they introduced it very well up front. You didn't hear lyrics for like 40 seconds or something. Yeah. So they definitely introduced their groove and their melody, the whole thing, very well up front. I loved it. I mean, from the beginning to the end, that was a great track.
So that just came out May 7th, 2023. So very new. Like I said, this band's new. They only got one song, and they talked about booking their first show. So kudos to these guys. Cool band, heavy. Definitely liked it. Definitely my style. For sure, deathcore. He did do a lot better job as far as spacing out the vocals, but I'm with you. It's just about writing those patterns.
And there were patterns there.
You write riffs and you want them to be memorable. Vocalists should write vocals and want them to be memorable, because then that gives the audience something to sing along with. It gives the listener, if I'm done with that and I'm up doing dishes later, I should be like,
hearing that vocal pattern in your head.
But if you're just blah, 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 blah for 4 minutes straight, I'll never remember anything.
Yeah.
And if that's not your goal with music, that's cool. But the goal of music is to have people like your stuff, right? Yeah. And people to be memorable, so they have something to grasp onto. That's just always my thing as like a producer, songwriter, so on and so forth. With that being said, this guy did give a lot more room. His vocals are sweet. Like, I'm not taking anything away from that. It's just for me.
Super sick.
And it's not just him. I'm speaking to all deathcore vocalists.
Absolutely.
I'm speaking to every one of these guys that sing over every drum beat, every hi-hat.
Yeah.
He didn't do it on this, so kudos to him. Cool band. Looking forward to seeing more from these guys and connecting with these guys. Maybe this, obviously these guys if these guys are local or whatever, we can have you on the show too, and we'll sit down and, talk and listen to your process for sure. So, but cool send in. Thanks a lot, guys, for sending that in. You guys kick ass.
Sure.
You got especially if you just started. It looks like you guys are young. I did hear some bass on that, so fucking good for that.
Yeah, and I think they're just pumping that in by the sounds of reading their social media right now. But the album has bass on it, so that's good. But no, I fuck with it for sure, 100.
All right, so we got one submission left, and this is called Crocophile. So I'm not sure if this is like a Ninja Turtles thing or what, because that's
there is room for humor in metal. We are not that serious all the time. I'm a pretentious snob when it comes to metal, but these guys, I can tell you right now, they're bringing the laughs.
Did you click on the link?
I am looking at the Google.
We got Gojira fighting with a hat on that says Slam, so that's cool.
Versus what, Mechazilla?
Yeah, Mechazilla. So Gojira, Godzilla, whatever you want to say.
Sure.
Fighting Mechagodzilla, and the song is called Dripping. I actually asked him, give me 1 second here before we start this, because I would like to give you guys a little...
see if I can look them up on the socials as
well.
Yeah,
let me switch to the Metal Maniacs page real quick, because I asked him, he sent this yesterday as well, and I asked him, I said, hey, can you give me a little...
the artwork, thanks.
Can you give me a little, insight to your band? And he said, I'll tell you what he said. The band is based in Lansing, formed in 2015. We played our first show since 2016 at Max Bar in July of this year. We just released our EP through Brutal Mind Records in August of this year. So it looks like probably a band that got started. We all know how that goes. Probably went by the wayside for one reason or the other, and then
bringing it back.
Yeah, bringing it back, and they just released an EP. So we are all going to hear this together. I mean, I'm loving the fucking artwork. I'm not going to lie about that.
There's a couple of things I'm really loving about this band just by scrolling their social. One, they kind of have a sense of humor. They throw the memes out there, too. They got a sense of themselves and their theme with their crocodile imagery. So they're consistently showing you creatures of the swamp. I'm expecting this thing to roll out like a sludge monster.
So... he sent me like a Google link, and it showed like almost like the video, so maybe I'll watch that, but I just clicked on their Bandcamp, and the actual artwork is so like says must be their EP, Slamzilla, The Returning.
I'll have to look it up on their Bandcamp real quick. Okay, here we go.
The Return Ending.
The Returning?
Yeah, the Returning, because there's like an E
Yeah,
and ING, right?
No, they
So-
know what they're doing. The Returning. And it's
Yeah.
clearly on the album art too. The Returning.
Yeah, so let's fucking hear it, man. Let's see what's
I'm
going
excited.
on. I actually am going to.
I'm a little afraid. When I judge bands on their band logo, like the actual logo of the band name, and this is another one of those. You can't read it.
No,
It's cool as fuck.
Yeah,
It's cool.
definitely sweet. The
Yeah, you can't read it. So when I see a band name that I can't read, I fear I'm about to hear music I can't understand. So, but no judgment. I haven't even heard a single note yet, but
but if we're Slam, I'm fucking with it already. So I'm going to play the official YouTube video because I want to see the actual lyrics on the screen or whatever, because it's an actual vocal.
give me a 3, 2, 1.
This is a real
Because I'll play it mute on my side.
Okay.
B&H customer story. Steph Mandis came to B&H to take her photography to the next level.
Fucking commercials.
Do you have non-commercial YouTube?
Currently, that one didn't give me a commercial.
All right, you just let me know when you're ready. Ready?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Slam Worldwide. Jesus,
A croc's got to eat.
man. I'll start with this one. Definitely Slam. We're going into the peeling flesh area with this. Fucking artwork, badass.
So
The
good.
artwork is badass. I can almost kind of see. I'm glad we looked at the lyric video because I would have been like, "What the fuck?" But some of it sounds a semi-enunciated. You did sing over almost every riff, which is still like,
It's a sin.
yeah. For me, it's always kind of. But for me, I fucking loved all 2 minutes and 26 seconds of that. Every cricket, every fucking bull scraper, every fridge mover. Just fucking.
So I'm torn because you already know. You can see my reaction. As soon as the vocals come in, my hands go to my face because I'm like, why? But more power to the vocalist for even having the ability to do that shit. It cracks me up all fucking day.
Shit.
I laugh because I don't know how you're getting discernibility in the words. There's none to me. It's a slur. But I laugh because they can do it, and it's fun to read the lyrics, and you're going, yeah, you probably shouldn't say that out loud.
Yeah.
You probably should cover that up. Yeah, a lot of cannibal. It would appear to be cannibalistic. This guy could be a closet cannibal. But because
if he's the Godzilla and he's speaking from Godzilla,
exactly.
he's just talking about a crocodile.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure.
So
maybe he thinks he's a crocodile. I don't know.
Yeah. So for me, I can see writing the lyrics from the perspective of a croc's got to eat, and that makes perfect sense. And it was pretty vicious because I'm sure they don't use silverware.
Right, yeah. No,
they face rip. No, that song was brutal.
So I will say this: that it's on Slam Worldwide, so that's a fucking already cool as fuck because Slam Worldwide is like a YouTube channel that shows all that, all just a bunch of Slam, and I'm already subscribed to it, so you got that. I just gave that a fucking like. It's one. You got to like it, Nick, because it's at 665.
I did. So if we just liked it at the same time, one of us got the 666 in there.
Because mine says 665. So.
Same. So we both hit it just now. One of us did. So you're welcome, Crocophile. We just hit you.
Refresh that real quick.
I wonder.
Let me refresh that. See, unless it gives me some dumbass commercial.
Oh, it's there.
Is it? Nice. Fuck yeah, man. We gave it to you. Yeah, you see it here first. We gave it to you.
That's perfect. So that makes perfect sense.
Yep, man. You guys, I fuck with it. I think it's great. I think it is what it is. Like I said, it's only 2 minutes and 29 seconds. So you got in, you fucking pummeled, you got out of there.
Yeah.
Your set should be 18 to 21 minutes long. Then after that, pack your gear up and go home.
Yeah.
Like, we're good on that.
And there's probably some talking in between those songs.
Yeah.
Where you can't understand the words and they're telling you to buy the merch and tip the bartenders. But yeah, that's about a 20-minute set of that.
Yeah. And then you're good. Musicianship was fucking incredible. I mean, that's what you get with Slam because you're grinding. It's as heavy as it pretty much gets when you're talking to Slam.
It feels like a drummer's world with a lot of chunky rhythms. But there's room for a lot of flashy guitar work there when desired.
Yeah, I mean, from being around here, you guys are heavy as fuck, dude. Like, geez, and that's the thing, man. It's the it's hard because I'll like shit on some deathcore stuff because they don't do vocal patterns, but it's almost like, what are you gonna do when that's that discernible vocals? Like, what are you gonna say or what are you gonna do? I don't know. Like.
Yeah.
But you also don't really need to sing that whole time. You guys' artwork is fucking incredible. Just like the fucking Godzilla about to drop
the elbow.
Drop the elbow. And then you got the all of the characters from fucking
oh my god! So they've got another album out called "One Man's Trash is Another Man's Hentai Stash."
They got a little live video here on their Facebook, man. Man, these guys are cool. Definitely gained a fan from me today. Like, keep it brutal. Fuck it. Whatever. You're from Lansing.
So this
cool.
is for the bands and the people listening. This one goes into Jay's area of listening and likes, and I'm cool with it. I don't want you guys to think I'm not, but as you can tell, I'm kind of laughing with and at the same time. But it's tongue in cheek for me. I love it and I appreciate it. I especially like when my friends show it to me and they're like, "Hey, check this out," and it's definitely something I wouldn't even. I'd look at it and laugh and go to the next thing. But I'm glad you guys sent it in so I could actually take the time and listen to it, and that was fun. And I recommend for sure. Get on a bill with some variety and you guys will kill it. I think you'll be so much fun for people, especially if it's a more diverse bill. A bill full of Slam I probably couldn't do, but if you guys fit in with something else that was even a Mr. Bungle type, that would be fun. So very, very cool.
Yeah, very cool. Thanks for sending that in. And with that being said, pretty much wraps up this episode of the Metal Maniacs podcast. If you guys liked any of those bands, or you guys are in a band or anything, you guys want to play with any of those guys, reach out to any of these bands. Cool show. I actually kind of like the way we did it. It was something a little bit unique to us. Glass Gods, I'm glad I didn't put you last or in the middle there, because we got basically Glass God, I should say. You guys stood your own on your own right, but that was a good little. Maybe that would have been cool in the middle for a palate cleanser, but
Sure.
They stuck out a little bit differently than the other bands. All the other bands were heavy as shit, but good job. Thanks for everything, guys. And with that being said, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're not subscribed, it's very important to us that you subscribe. Drop us a comment. Let us know which band you like the best and which band that you would go follow. Or if you're in a band, send us some shit. We'll do another one of these another time, Maybe it won't be something we do every week because we got other topics we'd like to talk about. But this is definitely a cool episode for me to be able to check out some of this stuff that I've never heard before, especially being, more local type stuff to us. So
yeah, I love it. I just learned about 5 bands I'd never heard of before, and I could definitely listen to any of that again in the future. Get all 5 on a bill even.
yeah, no shit. So yeah. Make sure if you're on Spotify, you give us that follow. If you're on Apple, make sure you give us whatever stars you can and tell us if you like this. And y'all keep it metal, man. Peace.